Peace. This is O.G.B.O for a Mega Man Code. Today, I want to talk a little bit on the duality of life. And I want to use the story of Adam and Eve to paint this portrait. But to really understand God, the Supreme Being, you have to understand, on top of monotheism, before we can even go there, we have to first deal with duality. The nature of an atom, atom, positive, negative, the balance, neutron, right? So is the nature of all things that's living. You have to have this in order to have life itself, because life is something that's in motion. In order to have motion, you have to have something moving in opposition to something else. That makes sense? So you have good, evil, you have night, day, you have cold, you have hot, duality, you have man, woman. Okay? Now, if we go to the story of Adam and Eve, notice the serpent devil, he got to Eve, he got to Adam by going through Eve. How was this possible? Well, the Bible tells you that Eve was made out of the nature of the man. Now, she didn't come from his rib, these are metaphors, but she comes out of man's nature. She come out of his passion. This is where his fire, his passion, his emotions are. She comes out of that side of his nature. But she's not the only one that comes out of man's nature. Devil also comes out of man's nature. He comes out of his lower self. That makes sense? Man, upright man, mastering himself, masters his lower self. In fact, you can't be God unless you master the devil within. So Jacob, the wise scientist, black scientist, extracted from the original man's nature his lower self and put it in form so that we can study what was in us, but we can look at it. And when we look at it, we see that which was within ourselves, and we master ourselves. Once we master ourselves, that thing that we're looking at don't even matter anymore. That's why when you see a man or woman that has knowledge of themselves, you no longer talk about white, black. You understand me? I have friends in all hues, because understanding, love is the highest form of understanding. I understand who I'm around at all times. I understand nature. I understand he didn't make himself. We made him. Okay? But sticking to this topic, the serpent went after Eve because Eve and the serpent are twins. They both come out of the same part of man. But she comes out of his emotional side. And he's also on that side, but he takes the spiritual of that side, which is the lower energy, the lower self. So, if you're in relationship with a woman, she's going to always try you. Because until you master yourself, she sees herself in you. She sees your emotions. That she comes out of your emotions. So she's pulling at that emotion. But when you master yourself, she will automatically submit to you. The fact she won't submit because when she says something to you, you're just as emotional as she is. She can't submit to you. She don't even understand that herself. But when you master your emotions, she can no longer pull you off your square. Same thing dealing with the devil, but dealing on the spiritual. Because one is dealing with the physical emotion, and other is dealing with the spiritual, lower self. Once you master your high and your low, this outer devil can't do nothing with you. This is O.G.B.O. This is a Mega Man Code. Till next time, Peace. Drop a comment.